Ready? Start it. Start it. The Industrial Finance Corporation Act was passed in the year 1948 to set up an institution for providing medium and long-term credit to industrial concerns in India. The idea is that in due course, the Industrial Finance Corporation would give loans to medium and large-sized industrial concerns. Subsequently, the State Financial Corporation Act was passed in 1951, primarily for the help of smaller industrial units. The Industrial Finance Corporation Act was amended in 1989 and 1997. The main amendments effected on the last occasion were to authorize the corporation to guarantee deferred payments in respect of import of capital goods from abroad and to enhance the corporation's borrowing powers. The House would have already noticed the significant improvement during the last year in the overall business of the corporation as revealed in its annual report for the year ended 30 June 2006, which was laid on the table of the House a few weeks ago. I would like particularly to invite the attention of the House to the all-time record total loans approved by the corporation. Another good feature is that out of fresh loans approved this time, the share of industries situated in relatively less industrially developed states like Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Delhi and Rajasthan is quite sizable. The profits of the corporation during the last year have also recorded a substantial increase over that of the previous year. The corporation has been able to augment its reserves appreciably. During the last 3 years, the corporation has paid back to the central government over rupees 25 lakhs on account of the subvention received by it in earlier years for the discharge of its liability to pay a guaranteed dividend. The House may also be aware that for the first time since its inception, the corporation has secured a foreign exchange credit of $100 million from the Development Loan Fund of the US government for sublending to industrial concerns in India. This will further increase the usefulness of the corporation. The progress already achieved by the corporation is substantial and the role it is expected to play in the coming 11th plan period would be a significant one. It is therefore desirable to equip the organization at this stage adequately to serve the interest of industry in a wider field. This bill is largely intended to achieve this object. I now turn to explain briefly some of the amendments before the House. It is proposed to amend Section 23 of the Act to widen the scope of the business which the corporation may transact. The corporation is at present authorized to guarantee loans floated by industrial concerns in the public market, but not loans raised by such concerns from banks. It seems but proper that facilities should be provided in suitable cases for industrial concerns to secure bank accommodation on the guarantee of the corporation. Again, the corporation now can guarantee deferred payments for import of capital goods from outside India, but it cannot guarantee deferred payments in respect of capital goods manufactured inside the country. It seems desirable to extend the scope of guarantee of deferred payments to the purchase of indigenous capital goods also. There has been a demand from business circles that the corporation should have powers to guarantee credit arrangements made by Indian industrial concerns with foreign institutions like the Export-Import Bank of the USA. It is proposed to meet this demand by authorizing the corporation to guarantee loans in foreign currency subject to the prior approval of the central government. Under the existing charter, the corporation is empowered to underwrite the issue of stocks and shares, etc. by individual concerns, but is precluded from subscribing directing to such issues. In the context of rapid industrial development of the country, industrial concerns in the private sector have to raise large amount of capital. It is felt that with the association of an institution like the Industrial Finance Corporation, industrial concerns will be in a position to raise more capital with relative ease, reducing thereby their dependence on the corporation for direct loan assistance. It is therefore proposed to amend the Act to permit the corporations to enter this new field of direct subscription to capital issues. The grant of long-term loans to industrial concerns still continues to be the most important business of the corporation. These loans carry only a fixed rate of interest for the entire period, where a venture which has received a sizable loan from the corporation makes very large profits and declares handsome dividends. It seems quite reasonable that the corporation can share in the prosperity of the concern. To achieve this purpose, it is proposed to make it permissible for the corporation to conclude in suitable cases loan arrangements contains the option to convert loans, etc., granted by it into share capital of the loanee concern. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, this is quite a simple bill which tries to regularize or rather bring up to date some of the rules regarding licensing, and for that purpose the definitions are sought to be changed. Now it is quite obvious that when these definitions have been adopted, it will give a new type of work to the ministry, and it is in anticipation of this new type of work like telecommunication, television, etc., that these particular definitions are sought to be extended. It is therefore quite relevant to point out that the new responsibilities which the ministry is undertaking as a result of the changes in the definitions of the terms for the purpose of licensing could be effectively discharged only if the administrative setup is also suitably changed so as to make it possible for these new responsibilities to be adequately discharged. Sir, we know that the zonal system in our telegraph and postal departments still requires a lot of change, and if these new responsibilities are to be adequately discharged, it will be necessary to recognize and to create some new zones. For example, a zone for Gujarat might now become necessary in view of the fact that the new state has come into being, and it is desirable that there is a special zone which looks after the needs and requirements of that particular area. 1050 के आसपास वर्ड है और 100 की स्पीड है. 204 और 205 से बोला गया है.